These are the toothache blooms and leaves I gathered last night. I'm gonna try to make a topical cream with them today. I'll cook them down for a few hours in some Shea, African shea butter, and then I'll mix that with a little grapeseed oil, and I'll whip it to make it fluffy. These are grown from saved seed and from seed from Baker Creek. A few of these are dried enough that I'll remove them and use the seed for next year. Good morning. Today I am working on a toothache plant cream. Hoping it'll be a topical pain relieving cream. Toothache plant, also called Spilanthes, numbs. It tingles and numbs. So I thought if it works in your mouth, it's probably okay to do on your skin. I'm not positive of this, but I'm gonna try it. I hope it'll work on like neuropathy pain or arthritis pain, pain from these hormone blockers. But anyway, I harvested my own toothache plant yesterday, and I'll show you what all I'm going to use to make. It's going to be a whipped cream too. Okay, this is the toothache plant that I harvested yesterday. I'm going to go through it, and all of these that are really dried, I'm going to save them so I can save the seed. But the rest of it I'm going to use to make this cream. I've let them wilt down. I washed them last night because you don't want bugs in it. And I've let them wilt down through the night. I'm going to use my crock pot, my slow cooker, which I hardly ever use anymore because I have that canner that does everything. I'm using a pound of 100% natural unrefined shea butter, and then I'm going to use some grapeseed oil, just so it'll make it a little softer, a little easier to use, because shea butter is pretty hard, as you can see, so you need to soften it up with some kind of oil. It could be olive oil, different, whatever you want, avocado oil, almond oil. Grapeseed oil works. That's what I got, and that's what I'm going to use. So we're going to cut this up and put it in our slow cooker on low with some of the grapeseed oil and our toothache plant, and we're going to let it cook. I'm going to try and let it cook on low all day to get as much out of these plants and into that oil as I can. But I'll take you along with me through what I do. Like I said, I've not ever made this one before. And there's going to be a lot of steps involved. I'm undoing my Velcro mic cord. There's a lot of steps involved to making a cream. The fats and oils have to be infused with the herbs or plant. She's got to get in there good. So low and slow is best. You can use a double boiler and cook it in the double boiler for a couple of hours. Any of these dead leaves, take them out. They're not any good. Yeah, double boiler is what I used when I made my calendula ointment, my whipped calendula cream. But I don't know if me and my husband are gonna go fishing or something today. So this way I can leave it and not have to worry. It'll be safe. That one's pretty dry. You can save these pods that are dry and they're full of seeds for your next year. I did discover that toothache plant self-sowed. I didn't think it had. I've grown it a couple of years and had not seen any kind of self-seeding. But the other day I was out on the side yard and found toothache plant growing around a tree over there. So it does self-seed. It wasn't horrible thick or anything. And all of this, see all these seeds on there? We're going to put this stuff right here. I'm just going to spread it out a little bit. I'll set it over here on the countertop to dry, and then we'll put those in a Ziploc bag to grow next year. Okay, nothing fancy. Just, I'd say that's 2 cups, 3 cups, 2 or 3 cups. And I'll turn, once I start getting this shea butter cut up good, I'm going to go ahead and put some oil in here. Again, I'd say I put 3/4 of a cup. I'm going to turn my slow cooker on low. We're going to need some scissors to get into this. I got my African shea butter on Amazon. This is the second time. Caribbean Coastal Delights, unrefined raw shea butter, Caribbean Coastal Delights. That's where I got it on Amazon. Can't remember what it cost. It wasn't very expensive. I want to say maybe $10 to $15. Just make sure you read the reviews if you go to a different company, because not all of them are pure. They can have added stuff, and you may not want that in your creams. I may even let this go overnight, and then tomorrow turn it off, put it in the fridge on for about 20 minutes before I whip it in my KitchenAid. This cuts really well. You're just cutting it so you could put the whole block in there if you wanted to. You don't have to cut it up. I just think it, melts down quicker. Your hands get real soft cutting this stuff up, which I need. My hands are so dry from working in the garden and washing them 1,000 times. I've yet to figure out how to get tomato vine stains out of the creases of my fingers. If you know, let me know. I can put a little bleach in my dishwater and keep it off my fingernails, but it gets right in there, right in there. My hands look dirty. My hands will look dirty till Christmas probably. We're just cutting this up. This is a pound. I don't know if I said that, but it's a pound of unrefined African shea butter. You could put a little beeswax. I've done beeswax balms and ointments before, and they work just fine. But I really like the shea butter. It feels kind of greasy when it first goes on, but it seems to soak in better than most. Same with that grapeseed oil. When it first goes on your hands or your feet or wherever you're putting it, it feels really greasy, but it doesn't take long and it's soaked in. Your skin took it up, which is what you want. I hope this works. Makes sense that it would, as long as the cooking doesn't make this toothache plant lose its numbing capabilities, then this should work. So we got that cut up. I'm going to turn you, let me find something to hang on to that with. I don't want to get shea butter all over my tripod. Okay, got everything in here. I'm going to give it a stir with a wooden spoon, just so we got it all mixed up. Put the lid on it, and I'm going to cook it till I'm tired of cooking it. It might be tonight, might be tomorrow morning before I finish it up. But I'll bring you back and show you. Good morning. I let this cook on low for 4 hours in the crock pot. Then I turned it to warm. I left it all night on warm. It's 9 o'clock the next morning. At 6 this morning, I put it in a colander lined with paper towels and a coffee filter. And it looks like there's still a little bit that needs to drain. This is the cooked toothache plant. I'll finish letting it drain into this pot. When this starts to get a little bit cloudy, it'll be cool enough that I can whip it in the KitchenAid, and I'll show you that step. Okay, I let it finish straining, and it's starting to get cloudy and gather on the sides. I put it in the fridge for just a minute to chill it more. I'm going to use this to whip it, lock it. Start off like this until it thickens up a little bit. And it might take 20 or 30 minutes. I'll bring you back when it gets a little thicker. Okay, this has been running for 35 minutes. I think I should have left it in the fridge just a little bit longer before I started whipping it. Last time it was like 20 minutes, and that was plenty long enough. But as you can see, it doubled in size. And it's a nice consistency to apply. They're doing studies, I've been reading them, about Spilanthes, which is the toothache plant, as an antifungal, antimicrobial, antibacteria, but also for skin, your face. Like they say, you get results almost as good as Botox for relaxing wrinkles, frown lines. It's not permanent, or it doesn't last as long as Botox, but if you could put this on as just a morning routine before your makeup or anything, and it relaxes your facial wrinkles, that'd be better than getting a shot in your face, I would think. But I don't know. It's just some things I was reading, and you're welcome to get on Google and check into Spilanthes topical treatments, topical uses as well. I'm looking more along the lines for pain relief, specifically neuropathy in my hands and feet, and see if it'll ease that up. I've got these canisters right here. I got them at Walmart. You could use anything. Mason jars. I've used half-pint mason jars, which really are great, but I am out and they're not easy to find. I like how this looks. It looks like a container for body butter. One thing I've noticed making the shea butter creams, whipped creams, I don't use any essential oils, so the smell, it just smells like shea butter, which some people say isn't pleasant. It doesn't bother me. You could add, if you were making your own, you could add essential oils, whatever kind you like. For this one, I considered putting tea tree oil in it, because tea tree oil is really great for sores and cuts and different things. I probably got a little too much in that one because it's not wanting to go back on, so let's take a little out. But anyway, this is how I make my whipped body butters. Hopefully you got something out of it. Y'all have a good day.